Alright, so y'all know what it is. Weekly market recap. This week was actually a very good week, market-wise. We had a lot of permission slips, and there were actually multiple follow-through trades as well. But if y'all are just coming on here, make sure that y'all love the video, give it a heart, and also talk about how you did this week. And even if you did not take any trades, let me know how you did in training this week. Even if you did not take trades, let me know how you did in training this week. I want to hear from everybody. Walker figuring out the comments. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why Facebook be playing games. They be playing games with everybody. But it is what it is. We'll figure it out. I see Jermaine in the building. What's good, my man? I know Jermaine told me about how he's been doing since he completed Project 21. He said over the last 2 weeks, I believe he was 4-0, if I remember correctly. And Jermaine, you can talk about how you did this week also. Although I think that 4-0 was inclusive of what you did this week. But if not, then correct me. Yeah, Facebook be hating, man. You saw last week, the live I did last week was terrible. But actually, I can't even say that was Facebook. I think it was my phone. I needed to restart it, so. But I think we good this week. My audio's good, so we good to go. But yeah, that usually works. If you exit and then you come back in, it'll start working properly. So that should help. But yeah, so let's talk about it. And I know that there's a delay on here too, so ain't no telling when you're gonna actually hear my comment or hear what I'm saying. Like it'll get to you whenever it gets to you. But whenever it gets to you, you can post in the chat. Talk about it. How'd you guys do this week? This week for Project 21, I was 1-0. I actually caught the Project 21 trade today, and there was a follow-through trade after the MRMH earlier this morning that I posted in the group chat. I also took the same trade in my larger account, so that was nice. Other than that, I took one other trade this week, so I'm 2-0 for the week. Jermaine said he's 3-0 for the week, 1-0 today. Jermaine, what time did you take that trade today? What time was that? What time was that? I'm curious. Walker says 1-0 for the project, saw a follow through too, but overall behavior was too suspect. Yeah, you're talking about what you and I were talking about earlier. Someone else had messaged me also around the same time asking the same question about whether or not that follow through was good to not take. I forgot who it was specifically, but they had mentioned it to me, and they said that they didn't take it. And I said, yeah, you should have taken that one because the behavior had already started acting a little funny. This was after the MRMH. So after behavior, was acting funny, you gotta wait for that behavior to kick back in properly. And if it don't, you just stay out and wait. And that's it. It is what it is. Yeah, Adele saying she saw the same one. Walker saying he's 2-0 for the project. Very nice. Rich, 14-0 for the project. Yes. Rich is at the same place that I'm at, actually. Because trade 14 was today for me, for the project. Even though I'm slowing it down, and I'm breaking it down 1 a week at most. Let me finish reading what Rich said. He said, 1-0 for the week, family and baby here, so I knew my focus wasn't what it should be, so I caught the one and logged out. Very good. Just kept my 301 challenge running. Rolling, excuse me. Excellent, Rich. Excellent, man. Oh, that's right, Jermaine, you trade the Aussie. Okay. So that was around 1 or 2 this afternoon. Got you. Yeah, I had glanced at the Aussie this afternoon. It had looked good. It had looked pretty good. So I definitely understand. Joel said on paper, seen a couple of commission slips, but no trading. And Joel is also on the Aussie. Kev said, Rich said he saw a bunch today. Bunch of trades? He saw a bunch of what? Okay, there's Walker. He said finally can see the damn comments. Yeah, it seemed like you be having to get into the watch parties or something. Like you can't access the chat directly for some reason. I don't know why it does that, but whatever. Kev said behavior was too scratchy and uncertain for me. Right. And I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. I was observing at the same time. After the MRMH that I saw came, behavior went out, actually. It went out like immediately. And by the time I ended up getting the trade, the behavior had to get back on point. So, you know, it was just a matter of waiting for that to take place. Rich said MRMH videos, no trades. Oh, not trades. Oh, okay. I think he is responding to what you said, Kev. Rich said market was skittish today. It was. Yep. Well said Cleveland all day. Uh-huh. Yep, but yeah, so the market today had reopened this morning around 8, and I think I had glanced at it a little bit, and then I left, and then I came back on later in the morning. That's when I had observed the MRMA that I saw. And then from that point on, the market was kind of going in and out of good and bad behavior. So ultimately, you had to be on point and observing to catch anything that came after the MRMH. Kev said he shared the one follow through. It was nice, pricing really helped. What time was that video? What time was that trade, rather? Kev. I didn't even see that. I didn't really. Did I see that? No, I saw a video that Walker had posted. I didn't see any video that you had posted. But what time was that one you talking about? The follow through. Jelani said he was 0-0 for the week, didn't get filled on 2 follow-through trades. Did a lot of training this week, looking at your Project 21 and the blueprint videos, which was good. Also watched 479 several times. Great training info on that one about you discussing getting filled. Right. Man, what? How many videos we up to now? We got 479? Yo, I'm bugging out. We almost had 500 videos. Jesus. Yo, I'll be totally forgetting about that. That's crazy. Adele said it's in the group chat. Though I'm not scrolling through the group chat to get no video. I don't scroll. Yeah, okay, Kev, I see it. I got it. Yeah, Kev sent it to me. Oh, the same one as Walker. Was it? But not the MRMA still one. Not that one. Yeah, we almost at 500. This shit is crazy. Starbucks giveaway. Who else is in here? I see Ryan in here. What's happening, Ryan? So if you guys are just coming on, for whoever is just coming on, let me know how you guys did this week in the market. How did you do with your trades? If you took trades, if you did not take trades, how did you do in your training? Definitely want to talk about it. Want to talk about it. Let me know. The 12:15. Okay. Okay, 12:15. I'm trying to think if that was the MRMH. No. That was after, because the MRMH I think was 11:55. I remember that. Yeah, thank you, Kev, for sending me that. Kev said he came into training at video 131. Right. He said, I thought I had to scroll up a lot then. Here we are at 480. I think we have 480, right? Yo, that's retarded. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it was after this. It was after the MRMH, correct. Yep. Kev said he owed 1-0. What does that mean? I think you did that either last week or the week before. What is that? What's 010? What is that? Adele said she came in at 300 something. Yes, without a doubt. Rich said that's video documentary elevation. Yep. Kev said I screwed up one night and hit execute by accident. Yep, that's something that you ain't gonna do twice. I assure you. People have done that many times, but they typically only do that one time. Yeah, it's easy to lose count. Shit's crazy. He said I never had my laptop on the floor like that again. Yeah, but don't be taking it in the bathroom with you either, because you hit the wrong button on that toilet. Some of y'all infamous though for doing that. Y'all be on the throne while you trading. Right, Walker? On that porcelain throne. Now I ain't gonna front. I took plenty of trades in the bathroom. Plenty. Right before I got in the shower. Yep. But yeah, training this week was very good. It was very good. I like doing the Rich said you'll drop the wrong load. That is a fact. That is a fact. I like doing the exams. during training, because a lot of remarkable content comes from that. You guys, when you're tested, definitely did that. When you're tested like that, it forces you to refer back to your training. Like you got to go back in your own head to know what the responses are to when I'm asking questions. So waiting on that royal flush. Yeah. I don't know why I started that. Why did I start that conversation? Yeah, but you refer back to what you are being trained to do. So when I hear the responses, it lets me know the level of elevation that you've achieved already, like, individually. And it helps me to be able to gauge your progress, because a lot of times people think that they're not progressing through training for whatever reason. It's not that they feel insecure, but their confidence is not as far along as others. And that's just something that comes with time. It just comes with time. So, all of these different things that I do to keep you on track, it will help you, like, over time and in the long run. It definitely does. And I used to wait like longer before I would test people, but I'm starting to do it like sooner now, like almost right away. Like as soon as I see or hear that you've been exposed to 301, I want to start testing you right away, because what it's going to do is it's going to encourage you to actually make the reference back to what you're hearing in the video when you train, and then connect that to what you're seeing in the market when you observe. And it's like that's a relationship. But when I do an exam and I test you on it, it forces you to do that sooner rather than later. You know what I'm saying? So that's a very powerful thing that I know will be impactful, especially for newer students. You get tested right away, it's like you don't have no choice but to kind of get it right, like right away. That way you don't spend and waste time messing up and then having to try to figure out how you messed up first and then correcting it or being corrected by us. So it does help to divert you from moving in that direction. It keeps you grounded and focused and moving on the path, which is a straight and narrow path, which is difficult for people to stay on. But it definitely does help. Jermaine just said something more. Jermaine says stability is key, watching for the slightest change in market behavior of that current condition. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's a fact. Stacy, what's good? Kev said, don't be scared of phase 2. Yep. Right, or waiting for someone else to signal the MRMH. Correct. Yeah, they got the Christmas list, definitely. Yep. Kev said he ain't about that life. Yeah, there was a time in my life when I was younger, I used to love Christmas music. Like I used to couldn't wait to hear Christmas music. Yeah. But I know what it was, because when you're young, that means presence. That's really why you be hyped off the music. The presence is on deck. They coming. Yeah, but training is really remarkable. It really is. You know, like it really continues to push the envelope and really elevate folks within the framework of how the person is able to absorb the information. It's like, it's really just like it is a one size fit all, I would say. Even though that's not how you're learning. You're learning based on your own personal learning process. But what happens is, because of how the training is set up and the repetition of it, you begin to absorb only the relevant information that you need to absolutely right away. Like there's no time wasting and there's no fluff in between. So you get what you need right away. And that's what you need in order to move. You know what I'm saying? Like where you need to move to faster. And that's what I'm about. Yep, without a doubt. I know that's right. He said they'll throw you out in the street on Christmas. You ain't lying. Right, you mess around, don't pay your rent. In certain states, goodbye. Well, your shit will be right outside. Or not, because people will come and pick it up and take it. Well, yeah, that's another story. Oh, I see Chris. Oh, okay. See Chris from YouTube. He connected. All right. Nice going, Chris. Nice going, my man. All right. Ooh, that's hard. Rich said, follow the rules. It's the cheat code. That's hard. That is hard. And that's very true. That is very true. What's interesting is that as simple as everything is now, at this point, people still be looking for them shortcuts. But Rich hit it on the head. Following the rules is the shortcut. The shortcut that you're looking for, you have it already in your hand. Yep. Stacy was 1-0 this week. Excellent, Stacy. Excellent. So, Stacy, where you at right now for Project 21? And I know that there's a delay on here, but that was for you, Stacey. We are you for Project 21. In Project 21. Four or five. Which one? Which one is it, Stacey? And you're following the spreadsheet, right? Two contracts. Okay. Okay, let me see something. So you are at, well, you could be either, it's just like you said, either 4 or 5. Did your balance go above 200? If your balance is above 200, then that's 5. Okay, so you at 5. Very good. Very good. See, people don't even understand. People don't understand that. I want you to understand something about what Stacy just said. She just said that she's at trade number 5 in the project. That's the first flip. When you get to trade number 5, you have literally doubled the account. Like and like people don't, it doesn't register. It's like you realize what you already did. You already did what people think is impossible to do. People don't think that you could actually flip your money. They don't believe that you could do that. But this is so far beyond just that simple ideology of just the flip. Like of course I've talked about it and I mentioned it and I might paraphrase it that way. But this has so much more to do with the consistency of skill, the repetition and execution of skill set. It's like it has so much more to do with that versus just flipping money. You know what I'm saying? But I do want you to realize that I would take any one of you and I would put you up against whoever, and I would be betting on you. I wouldn't be betting on anybody else, regardless of what level that you're at. Just the fact that you're in TA, that you're in this training, and that you are building and developing your skills. Hands down, you are already better than everybody else. Like already. Regardless of what you think about it, I'm telling you that you're better than everybody else already. Just the fact that you know that you're dealing with skill and you are understanding the market itself. You realize that people don't even know what that is. Like earlier, I don't know who was on the YouTube live, whoever that was that had come on. They were asking questions about the market being erratic, and it can be erratic at any time. The normal questions that people ask. And the response is like it's something that throws them off immediately, because the response is, well, yeah, the market is erratic and it does do what it wants to do, but at the same time, it is scientifically moving a certain way at various times. And if you're able to detect what it is doing, when it is doing it, you now have an edge and an advantage over other traders on this platform who are not in the know like you are, which gives you the edge, it gives you the advantage. It's going to be the reason why you're winning and understanding why you're winning, and the reason why they're going to lose and have no idea why they lost. So just the dynamic is amazing with what it is that we have in our hands. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, that's what it is. We said we're in position. Yes. That's exactly right. In position. And that is what separates you from everyone else. Like, yeah, his name was Jeff. Yes. Exactly. And he actually was asking good questions. It's not like he was, he was retarded. How many others have been with their line of questioning. He was asking good questions. Those were questions that actually made sense. But they are the same questions that people ask. Like, oh, they in here. They starting to rock now. But those were questions that people normally would ask. But his focus wasn't on insisting on being stuck in what he thought was the case. It's like he kind of opened up his mind to accept and to understand what it was that I was saying at the time. Which is the first step. That's the key to it. You gotta have an open mind first and foremost. people be so closed-minded with stuff that they don't know. It keeps them from putting themselves in position to actually get some real knowledge and to gain some real information that they can use and apply to do something and be successful at it. That's what we got all day. That was crazy. Yeah, y'all can't wait to be doing shenanigans. Y'all can't wait. Yeah, he did. He did sound like he was on NADEX probably, and he sounded like he was on NADEX losing. You know, as usual. It's like that's what people be doing. They be on NADEX losing, and they don't understand why they losing. So that's why when they run into us, yeah, it is. You're right. It is the perfect song. I'll take you there. Yep, that's a fact. You know the vibes. Yeah, he's reaching out. Exactly. He could have very easily given up, which a lot of people do, because for some people they don't find TA first and they give up. And it's like I'm always trying to do as much as I can to try to put out content to reach them before they give up, because man, it's like to give up and not have an opportunity to learn what we know. That's like, damn, man, I feel so bad for people like that. Like, I really feel bad for folks that quit before they get a chance to get on the vibe. Because it's like, once you get touched, it's only a matter of time, man. It really is. It's like you really gotta insist on not learning and not being willing to gain this knowledge to not do it. Because even if you mess up, it's like, all right, you messed up, but you understand now why you messed up. Whereas before you was fucking up and you ain't know why you was fucking up. You just losing. You don't know why you're losing. Now, if you lose, it's because you deviated from what you're being trained to do here. It ain't no other reason. That's powerful, man. That's powerful. Yeah, he definitely found it. Right, he wanted to understand why. Rich said, but he wasn't willing to take the leap just yet. Yeah, and that's like typical for the majority of people that come through, either through the live stream or they run into content somewhere, you know, for Team Alliance. They're gonna resist at first because they don't know. So I love when they come on and start asking questions, because I know what's gonna happen. It's like, just like y'all say, the doors of the church opening up and they gonna get saved. It's like you're gonna get saved on the spot, because no matter what you come with as far as your questions or even your lack of understanding, it's gonna be busted and broken down. Like, it's gonna be broken down, and if you're willing to, you're gonna be broken down, because you need to be broke down. That's what the training does. The training dissects you and breaks you down to rebuild you. Same reason why when people get into training, first thing I tell them, I'm like, listen, if you come up from Forex, you're gonna have to forget everything that you know. Don't bring none of that here. None of it is relevant. That's starting with the clean slate, you know. Or you can have somebody that doesn't know anything about anything, and they're in a very good position, because the fact that you don't know anything means you haven't been polluted. So there's less that has to be undone. So either way, in either situation, just the fact that you running into the TA vibe and it hits you, it's like you literally are gonna be saved from all of the shit that could have went bad for you. Because what's gonna happen is it's like you don't have no choices. You got two choices. Your choices are, you either continue to do what you're doing and keep losing, or you accept the fact that you don't know anything. That's the reason why you're losing. And you get the direction and the guidance that you need through the training. That's it. Those are your choices. So they got air blowing directly on me. This shit is mad cold in here. Those are your choices. So just the fact that these are the choices that you're left with, it's like, are you going to make the obvious choice and just decide to stop bleeding? Or are you going to keep bleeding until you pass out? You're going to leak until you pass out. Those are your choices, you know. And what's powerful is that, you know, it's broken down to them like that. Like, no one has ever probably spoken to them like how I talk to them. I break them down completely. It's like, oh shit. I'm like, damn, I never thought about that. I know. You didn't even know to think about that. So how could you think about it? You know what I mean? So that's what it is. Kev said it's like the speech Rocky had to tell his son about life. Right. Which said they remember where they saw the light coming from. Facts. Adele said for Mark's car. They can catch it at Starbucks too. That's my other home. Oh, remember the dude came on talking about I'm homeless? He was like, are you homeless? But you live in your car? I'm like, well, if I live in the car, I'm not homeless, obviously. I just live in the car, if that's the case. Yeah, but it's all good, man. It's remarkable stuff. It's more the same. It's rinse and repeat every week. You know, more and more value. More content being put out. So that makes it possible for more people to see at some point the vibe. You know, and that's why I do all of this. I do it more so that I can try to reach more people, because I want to be a part of the reason why people get saved from giving up on something that has remarkable potential. Like you possessing this skill and you doing this as your career, ultimately, if that's what you want to do, there ain't nothing that you can compare to this. Like, it's just not. There's nothing that you can compare. I was talking to Matthew earlier, and Matthew was telling me he hasn't traded since Tuesday. He just decided not to trade. He's like, yo, I'm taking off. So he just took the rest of the week off. And I was like, yo, doesn't it feel awesome? Like to not have to worry about money and you not stressed out. You literally took off what? He took that's Wednesday, then you had Thanksgiving, then you had today. So he took off 2 trading days, enjoyed his Thanksgiving, did whatever he wanted to do. And it ain't nothing. No stress. That's what I'm talking about. Where you got the option to do whatever you feel like doing. And it ain't no stress. Come on, man. Like when we talk about being free, that's what I'm really talking about. Is like being free for real. Free to do whatever you want to do. That might mean not taking trades for a week. That might mean taking a vacation. Mind you, you're able to afford the vacation, 1. And you're not under pressure to trade, 2. Or you could trade if you want to, 3. If you do decide to trade, you're going to make money when you trade. Yo, can't tell me nothing about this, man. Like, people can't tell me nothing about this. Like, literally. You can't even tell me of something else that gives you the same potential as this. Nope. Telling you. Yeah, see? Adele's saying she can't wait. Listen, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. That's what we're dealing with. It's inevitable. Inevitable means it's going to happen. Now, I hope one day I can. No. It's going to happen. That's it. Rinse and repeat. Just keep doing what you're doing. And that's the thing. It's like you know what to do every day. You know what I mean? It's like you're learning all of these different pieces of the skill set that allows you to be able to execute almost like a robot. Like you just, at some point, you begin to execute the same way how when you were a kid and learned how to ride the bike and you stopped falling off the bike, you never fell off the bike again. You understand? So now you're not falling off the bike no more, and at the same time, you're becoming remarkable at riding the bike. You're learning how to do all type of stuff. You're learning how to do a wheelie. Well, maybe. I never really learned how to do a wheelie, but I'm just saying. You know, just little shit that you become better at over time. So it's inevitable, man. It's inevitable. It's only a matter of time. And the amount of resources and just everything that you have like available at your disposal is retarded. You got a team behind you. You connected in the group chat. You got live trainings. You got live streams. You got mad content to watch. We have each other to talk to. Come on, man. Like, I'm telling you, man. Watch. It's gonna be more the same. And now you're starting to hear more people come through. You know, like reaching elevated levels. And you're gonna continue to hear that. Somebody just told me that what day is today? Friday? Somebody just told me Wednesday they just hit trade number 20. I'm like, what? I was looking at I was like, I don't even know who you really are like that. Like, it's somebody that's not really active, but they train in the background. And I talk about that all the time too. Like sometimes some of these people, you'll never even see them. But they're there, they're training. And like I said, it's inevitable, man. It is inevitable. Alright, I'm about to get up out of here, man. I got plates calling me. Plates are calling me. Alright, y'all. So I will see you guys on training on Sunday. Yeah, I think it's regular scheduled Sunday, so we'll be back to normal, this regularly scheduled program. Oh, but exit music. What you know about that? See, they know I'm leaving, and now they want to start playing real good music. All right, y'all, I'm out. Sunday.